Hey guys, I just wanted to do. Okay, I've been thinking for a while to do like a video series, reviewing different TV shows, video games that I played, mangas that I've read, anime that I've watched. Basically, stuff like the same thing I've been doing on my blog, but I want to do it as a video. And I had this idea for quite a while, and I thought it would be like a good start to do like something, since there is one of these TV shows that I really wanted to talk about, which is Star Trek. But I'm not gonna do the episode today. Star Trek episode will come eventually, just not today. Today I want to talk about Marvel Runaways. So it's a 3-season TV show that was produced, I think, or aired on Hulu, and it's based on a comic with the same name called Marvel Runaways. Okay, so I want to talk first about the story, second about the characters' relationships, and third about what I liked and disliked in the TV show and the comic. Let's start. First of all, the story. I started watching the series when it first aired, so I was watching it episode to episode. But when I reached the third episode, I was bored as hell. I couldn't complete the series, and I decided to stop watching. And that was I guess 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when I watched and stopped watching. So this year during quarantine and stuff like that, I decided to watch it because there's nothing better to watch, I guess. And I did watch it. I finished the whole 3 seasons. So what I have to say about the story is this. The story was mediocre. Why was it mediocre? Because, for every superhero story, we need good villains to make it a superhero story. But when you don't have good villains, it just falls flat, you know? And in the TV show, the villains are apparently the parents, which is why the kids are runaways, because their parents are villains. And it's a whole thing. But yeah, they didn't seem villainous, I guess, enough. I'm not sure if that's even a word, but yeah, they didn't seem bad. You know what I mean? They didn't seem bad. Apparently the parents were sacrificing people in order to revive Jonah, which is an alien who's Carolina's father, and that's the whole thing. That's what they're doing. And yeah, while it's bad to sacrifice other people and all that, they didn't do anything bad beyond that, you know what I mean? I know that's a bad thing, that's very bad thing, but they didn't do anything else that would make them seem like horrible people. And when they wanted their kids back, oh, we want you kids to come home and stuff like that, and the kids just refuse to come home because they don't want to live with murderers, not because their parents are bad. You get what I mean? The only bad thing they did is sacrificing people for Jonah. technically that makes Jonah the worst of them, and he's Carolina's dad. But yeah, anyways, so I wasn't convinced with the plot. I didn't like it. I thought that if the comic was really that story, it wouldn't pass the first issue. Like, it's not interesting enough for me to read the second issue, you know what I mean? Or any issue for that matter. So I wasn't convinced, seeing that it's been running for a while as a comic. It just doesn't make sense that this is the story that the comic gave us. Anyways, I really don't want to talk about season 2 of the story. I'll just skip ahead to season 3. Season 3, season 3 was good. Like, they had a good villain, they had a good storyline, they kinda gave the characters much more depth than they had in the first 2 seasons. And the first 2 seasons were more focused on the parents, which in the comic they kind of die off in the first arc, and however in the in the TV show they're like the main story still. So yeah, that covers the story part of it. The characters part of it is well, let's start with the first character, Alex. So he's supposed to be the group leader. He's supposed to be dating what's her name, Nico. Like, that's how the story starts. And in the comics in the TV show, him and Nico break up over a very silly reason that I wasn't convinced with again, because why would you break up with someone over that? So apparently he hid information from Nico about her deceased sister, and the information was irrelevant to literally anything. It's not an earth-shattering kind of information, you know what I mean? It's normal information that he hid that shouldn't have been a big deal. But anyways, so they break up over that, and I was like seriously, you're breaking up over something that silly? It just seemed to me like Nico didn't like him and was trying to find an excuse to break up with him. So yeah, that was a bit annoying in the TV show. However, in the comics, he flat-right betrays her in the worst way possible. I can get behind that. This is a good storyline, this is a bad storyline, and when she breaks up with him, when he actually betrays her, I understand. I can sympathize with Nico, I can hate Alex, I can you know what I mean? I can have compassion towards the characters, but I can't do that with such a storyline. Anyways, so after that happens, the breakup between them, on the TV show, Carolina immediately kisses Nico, and Nico apparently falls head over heels for Nico. That happens because Carolina kissed her, right? So she fell in love with her, I guess. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. It's not a good representation of love. If you wanna make two characters endgame and they love each other unconditionally, you gotta give them a better story than a kiss that made them be together. Because what that shows is that they have like lusts or lust for each other, or you know what I mean? Sexual attraction. That's sexual attraction, lust. It's not love. So it's a bad representation of love. Yeah, especially that they didn't really they didn't really build up they didn't really build up the relationship before that point. So that point was their love story, which is kind of sad, because yeah, it's not a good representation of love. Moving on, we have Molly. For whatever reason, they made her 15-year-old and the 14-year-old, 15-year-old in the TV show, which was like surprising for me, because the whole time I'm watching and I'm like, why are they overprotective of Molly? Why are they treating her like a kid? She's 1 or 2 years younger than them. That's just mean, you know what I mean? When you like treat someone who's a year younger than you or 2 years younger than you as if they were kids, that's just mean, you know what I mean? So I wasn't convinced about that as well, and then when I read the comics, I realized that Molly was supposed to be 11 years old. So if she's 11 and they're like 17 years old or 16, their overprotectiveness makes much more sense, you know what I mean? And a better storyline. Moving on to Gert and Chase. This relationship I actually liked in the TV show, because they did try to establish that Chase was not the best guy. However, he tried his best to change for Gert and see eye to eye with her, even though she like literally picks on him and tries to find any excuse to like not be okay with him, you know what I mean? However, he really likes her. He genuinely loves her, I guess, and that was sweet. Like, I haven't seen any heterosexual relationship that's that way for like a very long time, and it's not like the chick flick type of romance. No, there's actually depth to it, and you see like a lot of layers to each of the characters. I mean, Gert and Chase, they do have layers, and there are like certain stuff in the TV show that I didn't like little things. Like they either had no purpose being there in the plot. 1, 2, they are like giving the wrong impression. You know what I mean? They're sending the wrong message. If the initial message that I think they were trying to send was the right message. And I'm not talking about right or wrong. I'm talking about what the writers are trying to say. Yeah? Yeah. So, with that being said, I'll just skip to the like side characters. There are 2 characters that 3 characters, side characters, that I should mention. One of them is Topher, the first one. These are this is what I'm talking about, the little details that changes the plot drastically. So Topher in the comic, Topher in the TV show, he has the same ability as Molly, supposedly, and he's kind of a junkie, and he's the one that wants to join the Runaways. He's like actively trying to gain their trust and wants to be part of the Runaways. Yeah. In the comics, Topher is actually a vampire. He does not have the same ability as Molly. 1. 2. He's not the one who's trying to join the Runaways. The Runaways, the kids, they want him to join them because they thought that they were trying to save him from his parents. Yeah. That his parents are bad, we need to save him, and they do technically try to save him, but then they find out that he's a vampire, and he was like basically tormenting the poor lady and gentleman that were with him at that moment that the Runaways fought. So they basically hurt innocent people because they thought the innocent people were hurting him when it was the other way around. Interesting storyline, yeah. However, in the TV show, he's the Topher is actively trying to join the Runaways. 1. 2. His parents kicked him out because he hurt his parents, or his dad, I think. His dad got hurt because of him. Yeah. But what does that show? What does that tell me in the TV show, and what does that tell me in the comics? So the storyline in the TV show tells me that the runaway group are, I guess, selfish, or they don't want to let anyone in. It's like, this is our group, we're like exclusive and stuff like that. However, in the comic, it shows me that they are good people that are trying to help other people, you know what I mean? Because they genuinely thought that he was in trouble, and they were trying to save him and stuff like that. It builds their ethics, yeah? It shows me their ethics, how far they're willing to go for other people, what type of heroes they are, even though they don't identify as heroes, but they kinda are, because they try to like help people, and basically young people that are like them, that have been abused or been like in broken homes or whatever. So these are two completely different messages, and I do prefer the one in the comic over the one in the TV show, because you're not really showing me that the Runaways are good people in the TV show, you know what I mean? They just want to spite their parents, and they've been like acting like spoiled brats up till the end of season 2. Come on. Again, I have a lot to say. So the second character is Zavin. Zavin's supposed to be the most interesting character that jumped into the Runaways series. So apparently when Zavin shows up, Zavin's is trying to or proposing to Carolina and wants to marry her because he's her betrothed, and he was a he. But since Carolina in the comics, yeah, I love the comics. So in the comics, Carolina turns him down because he's a he, and she's like, but I'm gay. I don't like guys. And he's like, if that's the case, he changed and he shapeshifted into a woman. And that was Zavin. Zavin was a woman then, for Carolina, because she likes women. Uh, However, on the other hand, in the TV show, Carolina was already with Nico, and they're like end game at that point. I'm not sure how that happened, but that's what they established apparently. And when Zavin came in and like proposed to Carolina, she's like, "Oh no, I can't. Why are you proposing to me? I'm with someone else." That was the reason she refused Zavin. And Zavin was a girl in Runaways, like off the pat. The second thing I liked about Zavin in the comics that wasn't in the TV show, that they showed his true form, or her true form, or Zavin's true form, which is the shapeshifter that we saw on um, Captain Marvel, the movie. Remember those shapeshifters? So at some points in the comics, Zavin appears that way. However, in the TV show, it's always that chick or woman, or I don't know, that person. So that's the difference about this character, why I liked her more in the comics. Yeah, why I liked Zavin in the comics more than the TV show. Also, like, the storyline is way better. It's way better in the comics. Like in the TV show, they're like, no, but like Caroline is not your betrothed. It's her sister that's about to be born, and you're supposed to protect that person, you know, which doesn't make any kind of sense. However, in the comic, they actually like they were actually about to get married, Carolina and Zavin, and then they go back to Earth because something happens, and the wedding does not go through. When they come back to Earth, Zavin is actively trying to be accepted by the group, and is really good to everyone in the group. You know what I mean? And more than that, Gavin actually sacrifices himself for Carolina. That's how they part ways, and it was so beautiful and such a good storyline, man. Okay, so the third character is Julie. Julie in the TV show is like an ordinary girl. She does not have power. She's just a girl named Julie. However, in the comics, she actually has powers. She's an actress. She's awesome. Julie's awesome. And there's spoilers, so I don't want to talk more about her, but you just need to know that in the comics there's more depth to that character than whatever happened in the TV show. So these are the three more characters that I wanted to talk about. Now, things that I liked in the TV show that didn't happen in the comics. So the last villain, like season 3 villain, was quite interesting in the TV show. I really enjoyed that. The crossover between Cloaks and Daggers was very interesting, especially the magic realm that they went to, that it was explained differently in the comics, but I liked the TV show version better. I also liked the Clocks and Daggers crossovers in the comics. They were awesome. They were very different than whatever happened in the TV show, and they cross over twice in the comics, and they're both good. Like, both the crossovers are really good. Um, what else? Oh, what I don't like about the TV show that I wished that they added was several characters. One of them being Victor, son of Ultron, and then what's her name? Molly's friend. Gosh, I forgot her name, but there's the little kid with Earth powers. She's she's really cool. It reminded me a lot of Poison Ivy. It's like a kid version of Poison Ivy, which is very cute. But yeah, she wasn't in the TV show. So these are two characters that were really good in the comics that never made it to the TV show. So yeah, that's basically my review about it. If you guys have watched, Marvel's Runaways, if you disagree with anything I've said so far, do let me know. I want to know your opinion about the show. I genuinely want to know. And yeah, I really want to know. Yeah, thank you for watching. I don't want to extend the video too far. But yeah, thank you for watching. Do let me know if you have any opinions about it. If you liked, disliked, or anything, do let me know. I would love to hear your opinions about it. And next episode, inshallah, I'm gonna talk about something else. I did upload a rant video, kind of a rant video, and my YouTube channel about Supercorp. If you're a Supergirl, if you watched Supergirl and you know what Supercorp is, you wanna know my opinion about that, you can check it out on YouTube. And the next episode is gonna be probably about the 100, because boy, that TV show, there's a lot to talk about. So yeah, thank you for watching again. Leave me a comment if you like. If you don't, it's fine.